Hello! Welcome again to another Over the Moon Bedtime Stories. And we're going to get right into our stories, but first, how's everybody doing? Great! And I see all my new ones out there. Thanks for joining me. Be sure and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. But let's get into our story now. We've got a Bubble Guppy bubble ball game. All right. Get tucked in. Here we go. Gil was on his way to school one morning when he came across two little fish. They were playing a game he had never seen before. A large pink bubble fish burped out on a bubble. Then the little fish quickly passed it back and forth until it popped. They were having a giggle great time. Gil swam closer. "What are you playing?" he asked. "Volley bubble," the two little fish replied. Gil wanted to show his friends how to play volley bubble. So the little fish gave him a bubble to take to school. In the classroom, Gil explained the game to his friends. But when he tried to show them how to play, his bubble popped. "Maybe there's something else we can play that won't pop," suggested Molly. "Like what?" asked Gil. Nani spoke up. "A ball." "Mr. Groper, what kind of ball can we play with?" asked Molly. "Let's think about it and try to name a few," said Mr. Groper. "Baseball players play with a baseball," said Gil. Mr. Groper smiled. "Yep, and basketball players play with a basketball," said Molly. Later that day, the Bubble Guppies went outside to play with different kinds of balls. Gobi and Dima played basketball, and Molly and Ona threw a baseball around. Gil took a bouncy red ball over to Nani. "Here, Nani," he called, throwing the ball to his friend. "Catch!" Nani watched as the ball bounced past him. "I don't know how to catch," he explained. "You just have to keep your eyes on the ball and put your hands out," said Gil. Gil threw the ball to Nani again. Nani kept his eyes on the ball and his hands out, but the ball bounced right past him and over to Mr. Groper. "I'm never gonna learn how to catch," said Nani with a sigh. Mr. Groper smiled. "Sure you will. You just need to keep practicing." "And there are lots of ways to play with a ball besides catching." "Like what?" asked Nani. Mr. Groper pulled out a whistle. "Like this." He tweeted and whistled, and a group of little fish formed a circle. "You can throw the ball," suggested Mr. Groper. The other Bubble Guppies swam over to watch. Mr. Groper tossed the ball through the circle of fish. Molly picked up the ball. "It's kind of like basketball." "Yeah, except with more fish," Dima said, giggling. "Let's call it fish-it ball," Nani suggested. The Gupples made up the rules for fish-it ball. They had to pass the ball to one another and get it through the circle of fish to score. Everyone was excited to play. That afternoon, the Bubble Guppies went to a big field to play fish-it ball. A crowd of spectators gathered. "The first game of fish-it ball is about to begin," declared the announcer. The little fish swam onto the field and formed a circle. Dima, Gobi, and Bubble Puppy cheered for their friends. "Team Guppy is taking the field," said the announcer. Gil, Molly, Ona, and Nani came out in their uniforms. Gil patted Nani on the back. "You remember what to do?" Nani nodded. "I think so. Keep my eyes on the ball and put my hands out." Mr. Groper started the game by throwing the fish-it ball high into the air. Molly caught it. "Here, Gil," she called, and rolled the ball to him. Gil picked up the ball. "Okay, Nani, I'm going to throw the ball to you." He launched the ball. The crowd was quiet as the ball sailed through the air and landed in Nani's hands. "Shoot the ball, Nani," cheered the Bubble Guppies. Nani threw the ball right through the circle of fish. Team Bubble Guppies won the fish-it ball game. The Bubble Guppies gathered around Nani and hoisted him high into the air. "Nani! Nani! Nani!" They cheered. It had been an incredible catch for Nani and an incredible game for the Bubble Guppies. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's the bubble ball game. That was kind of fun. Maybe someday you guys can try it. Passing the ball to one another, rolling it to one another, throwing it in hoops. Ball games are always fun no matter what kind of ball game you're playing. Football or basketball or soccer, tetherball, kickball, tennis ball, all sorts of things. Everybody has a good time doing that, don't they? Well, you guys get to sleep right now, and I hope you had dreams of all sorts of games you want to play. And then I'll join you tomorrow night on another Over the Moon Bedtime Stories. Good night. Love you. Bye-bye.